everyone, today I'm reading Mighty Small. As our school is moving into its new normal, this is going to be the last story that I upload onto the YouTube channel. I hope that you've enjoyed all of the stories that have been read so far. They're all going to stay on the YouTube channel, so you can still access them, you can still play them and listen to them as much as you like, so they're not coming down, but this will be the last new one that we upload. So, Mighty Small. This is Max Small. All his life, from when he was a mighty tiny baby, to a mighty titchy toddler, to a mighty small mouse, Max has had a mighty big secret. Max is Mighty Small superhero. He wasn't faster than a speeding bumblebee. He couldn't leap mightily across obstacles in a single leap. And he could only be invisible if he was standing behind something big enough. But he had a cape, and he always wore his underpants over his trousers, when his mum wasn't looking. I must have a superpower, thought Max, and there's only one way to find out what it is. So he leapt into action, crying, "Baddie pants beware! Kapow!" But the cat burglar didn't hear him and trod on his toes. Then the dirty rat's getaway car splashed him with water. So the hamster gangsters used him for fruit-throwing target practice, and the squirrel stuck-up men pinched his pants and left him tied to a daffodil. "I'm not mighty small," said Max sadly. "I'm just small." And he hung up his cape and stopped being a superhero. Until the circus came to town. The band oompened down this main street. There were fire-eaters and fireworks for the great parade, and the townspeople were so excited that no one noticed Sam the strongman bending the bars of the bank so he could steal all the bags of gold and toss them to the tottering Tom, the tightrope walker, who tiptoed high above the town and gave the gold to the Tower of Clowns, who were wobbling and waiting on their getaway unicycle. Well, almost no one noticed. "They're robbing the town!" cried Max. "Somebody has to stop them!" Max was so scared, but he just couldn't let them get away. So he put on his suit and cape, his little boots, his gloves, and his mask, and that made him feel braver. Then he leapt into action, crying, "Baddie pants beware!" But the clowns didn't hear him, so Max jumped on the back of the unicycle and held on tight. All the way back to the Big Top hideout, where the boss, Mr. Big, was waiting to fill his trunk with gold. "Look what we've got, boss!" "I'm rich!" cried Mr. Big. "It's all mine! If anyone says otherwise, I will squish them flat." Max suddenly felt very cold and alone, but then the circus lights gave him another mighty superhero idea. Seconds later, Max leapt inside the Big Top and stood in front of the spotlight, his shadow stretched right across the ring. "Put that gold back where you found it!" cried Max. "Help!" cried the clowns. "He must be mighty huge!" "No one's that huge," said Mr. Big. "We've all seen that trick before. After him!" "I'll grab him, boss," said Sam the strong man. "I'll grab him, boss," said Tightrope Tom. But Max bounced on the trampoline and grabbed the trapeze, and they ran into each other. "We'll grab him, boss," said the Tower of Clowns, but Max scurried down the lot of them, tickling as they went. And they fell over in a great big heap. "Woomph! It's just you and me now," said Mr. Big, and he went stomping towards Max. The floor was shaking, and so was Max. but nothing could stop him doing the right thing. Maybe that's my superpower, Max said. And he leapt into action, crying, "Baddie Pants, beware! Pow!" "Ah!" screeched Mr. Big. "It's a mouse!" "What's wrong, boss?" said Sam the strong man. "What's your problem, boss?" said Tightrope Tom. "Didn't you know elephants are terrified of mice?" giggled the clowns. "Really?" said Max. "Well, in that case..." Boo! Mr. Big was so scared that he gave back all the gold. He begged the police to lock him up in a nice safe prison far away from Max. "How can we ever reward you?" said the townspeople. "Well, there is only one way," said Max. And he took just enough gold to buy a new pair of underpants. Spangly ones. The end. Baddie Pants, beware. I hope you enjoyed that story, and I hope you're all staying safe and happy, and we can't wait to see you all soon.